Alright everybody, thank you for tuning in again. So last time we left off, I just got the intake off, the exhaust manifolds off, the radiator out, stuff like that. But today I'm going to work on tackling getting this engine out. So far what I know, if you watched the previous video, there's water in the intake ports, which isn't a very good sign, but it doesn't matter because your boys over at Tick Performance are going to hook this car up. Now I was going to say I was going to keep it stock, but I think some forged internals would be very nice in this old girl to get her back on her step. But today I'm going to work on disconnecting the steering shaft, taking the wheels off, getting the torque arm off, the drive shaft out, draining all the fluids out of it to get all of the crap out of it, just so I can, drop this motor. I'm gonna drop it through the bottom. I know a lot of people say it's easier to do it through the top or whatever, but I highly disagree. It'll take me probably 30 minutes to drop this camber, pick the front, and then drop the whole thing in one unit. So without further ado, I'm gonna start getting to work. So I got the steering shaft off and the alternator off, just to make it easier to get to this bottom bolt, or whichever side it is, bottom bolt on this, because it's kind of a pain in the butt to get to with the alternator on there. But I took this off because one, you're going to take it off when you drop the camber. Two, this is in the way of the manifold coming off, so now I can get the other driver's side manifold off and work on now getting the trans stuff done and whatnot. But we are rolling along on this unit, so we should be dropping it out here soon. So yeah. Your boy got the drive shaft out. Nothing came out the tail shaft of the transmission, which was very surprising to me. So I'm gonna end up draining that next, but I drained the oil, and the oil was like super sludgy and super gross. I don't know if they put something in here to try to unlock it, but yeah, so it came out in like literal, like warm pudding on a hot summer day. But I'm gonna get the torque arm off, and then drop the cross member down from the trans, and hopefully I can get the harness off so I can get the harness out, so I'm not going to tear anything up. But I'm alone, so it's kind of super difficult to do, but I'm pushing through. So next step, torque arm. Alright, so now I finally got all the freaking harness and every clip, every stock, whatever you call it, out, I think. I feel like something's still, I don't know, I can't tell what it is, but all this is undone. I'm trying to figure out. What I'm missing here, so hold on a second. All right, I missed one little clip. Got the engine harness out now, so that's just one step closer to getting this motor out. Yeah, so there's now a wire besides the ground on that side, and I just pop that off real quick. But next I need to start working on getting all of the brake lines off and figuring out which ones go to which, but I think these go, I don't know how to figure it out in a second, but now I start taking the wheels off and getting all of the suspension and stuff ready to drop, and then we're ready to bounce on this one. So alright, so now I'm gonna start working on getting the master cylinder for brake off. So it's gonna be these two and then a 15 that connects to the booster. So what you just want to do is easily, very carefully pop these off. And mine's like a little bit rusted, and I have the wrong size wrench, so that probably doesn't help anything either. To put the nuts back where they came from, just so they don't get lost. Alright, now that that's off, it's time to start working on the suspension. But you need to take this off to get to these back 2-star Torx bit bolts, then you can get them off, you know, with an impact when you get ready to drop everything. But now we're going to start working on getting the suspension taken care of. Then next step, we're getting closer and closer. I'm gonna finish this video out with a motor and trans out of this car, so I can get this car rolled outside and pressure wash everything under here to make it look nice and tidy. Alright, so now the procedure is popping the wheel off on both sides and then working on getting the suspension off, which this suspension's probably been sitting here, well, it has been sitting on here for a good while. And it looks, oh no. Oh no. That really sucks. I can get these off. It looks like someone put a lock. Oh no, that's not good. It looks like someone put a lock on the wheels. And sure enough, they did. Let's see if I have something that might fit that. Yeah, that's really gonna suck. Whoa, shit. Stand by. Alright, got my assault ratchet all charged up. Oh yeah, she pumping now. Alright, let's see how nasty it is under this thing. Shit out the way. Ain't too bad. Could be worse. Someone had already unplugged the. Oh no, it's just from that's the headlight harness. Okay. Unplug that. Oh, front wheel. Get this bad boy over here. Because this is so freaking rusty, it's just gonna be cut off or broke off. So we shall see how that goes on that part. But yeah, let me get to doing this real quick and we'll get this thing dropped. Oh, let's check the pads out. Let's see. It's got some life on the pads left. Let me see. You probably can't even see down in there. Some life on there on the pads. So that's a good sign. I'm definitely not going to be using those because they've been sitting for 11 years now. But yeah, we're stay positive. That's what you gotta do. Stay positive with my dirty hands. All right, so now I'm about to drop the motor and trans out. This around so I can see what I'm doing. Now I'm about to drop the engine and trans out of the Trans Am, and so all I have left to do is take these bolts off right here up on the strut towers. And take the cable ring bolts off, throw the wheels back on with the jack under it, and yeah, she's ready to drop one out. So I'm gonna lower this down on the jack because the jack stands up a little bit too high. So I'm gonna try to lower this down as gently as I possibly can, like so. Alright, now the motor and trans is on the jack. I don't know what my phone's doing, but motor and trans on the jack. I gotta get my socket. And yeah, we're gonna start pulling this baby out. I'm excited. I'm really excited to get this out of the car. 15, are you 15? You are 15. Yep, you are 15. Alright, so the start bolt is a T50, and I need my adapter for my impact, but yeah, you can still see me, little light flashing. Alright, so let me stop talking after you get this done. Process. Now I'm lifting the body off the car. Alright, so the engine is out, so I'm now going to disconnect it from the trans, then get the motor off the camera and put the camera back in the car. So, you know, it's just not like sitting here with nothing in it, or on a sketchy jack stand way. But there's a lot to clean, and yeah, I'm super excited. Each little thing, I get excited about these cars. So through a long night, didn't go too terrible. I got the motor out, and the motor is sitting right there. That's where the motor's at, and the trans is sitting in front of it. So next step is, next video is going to be me tearing the motor down on the Trans Am and seeing what was wrong with it and seeing what I need to replace and what needs to be done to it. And in the meantime, while I'm waiting on that, the engine bay is going to be completely painted and detailed. Let me see. Yeah, painted and detailed and wire tucked. So thanks for tuning in. This was probably a long one, but I don't know until I edit it, but I appreciate you guys watching and following, and I will see you next time.